today I would like to talk about one intercultural issue, which is about problem in cross-culture contact. Um, this article was introduced by the Bruce W. Stanley in the year 1979 in the University of Western Australia. So in this article, author talk about the nature of the problem of culture misunderstanding, which is usually create. And in the second section, he discussed about the framework of the global organization and difference in the attitudes. And in the third section, the author also discussed about the knowledge gaps, anthrocentric, value contact, intercultural communication. So, moreover, author also emphasized on the effect of the closeness and the regular engagement for the pleasant feelings. And the author has a purpose is to clarify the subjective cultures and reduce perception errors. So in my first slide, I would like to talk about on culture influence on perception. It is include like disparities in values, our customs, our behaviors, our expectations, languages and thoughts. And what I learned from this, my point of view is that culture influence on perception is very helpful to understand the other person's communication styles, because I would like to share one of my personal experience when I came to New Zealand for the very first time. On that time that I come from the collectivism culture, but New Zealand is an individualism culture. When I came to class, I looked at everyone busy on their mobile phone, not used to talk with the other person, because every face was new on that time for me. And one a professor came to the class, but on that time I was not understand what he trying to explain to me, because in that time I have not full awareness about the culture. So that time I feel like I am failure. Even I have know the things what he want to say, but due to the language I can't express my feelings, express my values with him. And another point is important to recognize and respecting different culture perspectives. That it is very important that how we recognize the other culture, then how we respect the other cultures, and also helpful to adaptation for other culture. As I already told you, like we are New Zealand and came from collectivism. Culture, it is important. If I want to pursue my life in New Zealand, I have to adapt the New Zealand, which is an individualistic culture. And also we have to be mindful, which will be helpful to reduce misunderstanding and conflicts. As I know, we have to always respect the others, and regardless of their cultural background, because we cannot identify the cultural background. If I want to make friendship with me too, I don't recognize her cultural background. So I just share my feelings with her so that I can exchange my culture with her. So I on that time now I believe that it is very important to willing to learn the new experience and life with the diverse culture, because in my class there are a number of students came from the various communities, that it is very helpful for me to learn the new experience in class. And another one is barriers to intercultural communication. When the different people from the different culture do not understand and communicate with each other properly, then intercultural communication not to be successful. So it include like a non-verbal interactions, their communication styles, some kind of discrimination with each other, and biases, stereotypes, person, anxiety, anthrocentric. Because stereotypes also very harmful behavior of people, which can lead to prejudice behavior. So how to overcome this problem? Like how we can overcome the barriers of intercultural communication? If we have a sufficient knowledge about the culture, if we speak slowly with clarity, we can easily adapt the message which other want to convey with us. And if we are good listening, as we already discussed in the business ethics class, we have to be mindful. If we have been mindful and be a good listener, we can easily adapt the information which would be useful in future as well. And with the help of diligence and focus on the problem, we can easily mitigate this problem to make a good cultural communication with each other. And in my next slide, I would like to talk about the non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is like when the individual you do the exchange the information without words or spoken languages. Maybe it would be easier or difficult for the diverse culture. It include like a touching someone imperfectly and tone of voice. Sometimes our tone of voice also create a non-verbal communication, and body languages, our facial expressions also included in it. And I think it is my personal opinion, like how to solve this problem, like if we make a proper eye contact with person. I know eye contact is not good in some cultures, but if we already aware, if we already have awareness about these things, we can easily make the eye contact and reduce the misunderstanding and conflicts in future. And aware of the body languages, yes, exactly. If we have already aware about our body language, for example, I sit in my class, if I present myself with a good way, like my body language and my gesture posture is good, then my teacher would be think that yes, she or me may be present in the class. So that's why body language is very important to overcome this problem. And another one is facial expression are not false, exactly, because our facial expressions, like if we are sad, if we are happy, we can express our feelings. It all our facial expressions. That's why our facial expressions are not false, because if I am sad, if I am happy, another person is easily adapt. Like I am feeling sad. Yes, if I am sad, another person is came to me that ask me that why you are sad. Your face is looking like this. This kind of facial expressions exactly mitigate this problem. And another one is conveying emotions and intention. That it is also related with the facial expressions. So yes, it is also very important to overcome this problem. My another slide is language as a barrier. As we know, like language is a very important and powerful tool which help us to communicate with each other. But sometimes it creates a barrier, like a level of literacy, educational background. If I have not studied good enough and my educational background is not too good, then language as a barrier will be occur. Then our thoughts and emotions. If I am a lack of fluency, I will also face the language as a barrier problem. So I think I have to learn the other languages. As I am an international student, I came to New Zealand. It is very important I have to learn about the other languages, like Maori languages, like simple words. So like we have how to have to wish in the New Zealanders, like yeah or we have to aware about this kind of languages, and also use the simple words and speak slowly and clearly, as I already mentioned about these two things in my previous slides. Yes, we can overcome this problem. And business communication. Well, business communication is very important in today's present scenario, because in my article, author also discuss about the businesses from the different nation with different society, which would be more challengeable than from the similar nations. So it occurs when the culture differences or ignorance. If when we ignore the other culture, their preferences, their norms, their values, yeah, definitely with the ignorance, business communication not to be successful, and with this assumption, and if we don't have a good awareness about other cultures, other countries, cultural norms, we can definitely not do good communication in business. I think we have to develop the cultural awareness. If I am a student, like in my international marketing and digital media subject, my teacher always used to told us about the how to we can expand our business on the international level, how we can produce our product on international level. So yes, we have to develop the cultural awareness and also provide the workshop and tips, use the language interpreters, language training also very helpful in the business communication. So apart from that, I would like to discuss one example. Like I already mentioned this example on my presentation. Assignment. Like one SUV company launched his Jeep in uh, Tatiana is from
Spain? She's from
yes, in Spain. Yes, SUV company launched one car in Spain. The word is
Pajero.
use Pajero. Yes, in Spanish the word Pajero is not good. So the on that time the SUV company have to pay kind of fine, some kind of stuff. So because that is the reason, because they do not collect the exact information, and they are not fully aware about their culture. So that's why this problem occurs. So these four steps we can overcome this problem. And in my eighth slide, I would like to talk about on dimensions of culture. Yes, like I already mentioned the six dimensions of culture over there, which is very important. So I will I learn a lot of things from here. If I am fully aware about the dimension of culture, I can become more effective communicators, because I already know how to because I have already aware about their culture, other cultures, values, and it will help to avoid the misunderstanding. If I am in New Zealand, I have to respect and appreciate the diversity, which is very important to make a good intercultural communication, either in the class, either in my workplace, and it also helpful to build strong relationship with others, and aidful in business for negotiation. If you already awareness about the dimensions of culture, we can easily know about how to we can negotiate in the business with the different type of cultures. So in my ninth slide, I would like to discuss about the dominant culture patterns. Yes, dominant culture pattern is like to describe the set of culture beliefs and customs. It has the power to affect the people's attitudes, sentiments, and actions. It includes like socialization, cultural appropriation, historical influence, education and awareness is very important in the dominant culture pattern to understand. And I think there are a lot of things which have to used to make a good intercultural relationship with the help of dominant culture partners. It will help you to increase opportunities are expected in the future if we already aware about the culture patterns, their values, their norms, everything. Then we can there are a lot of opportunities which are expected in the future for us, and the communication and the teamwork have improved if we are working in a workplace, because there are a lot of people coming from the diverse culture. If we work with them, yes, definitely my communication and my teamwork has improved as a result. And I also learned how to people within the dominant culture typically communicate and know about the cultural values and belief, which is very important when we are an international student in New Zealand. So alternative cultural pattern including indigenous culture. Well, alternative culture pattern is shaped by their history, and they have their own unique culture patterns. They also have their unique language. For example, in New Zealand, Maori culture, they have their unique language and their unique culture patterns, because they are very famous for their dance, their art, framework, kind of this stuff. And the religion have their own unique religious belief, as It will help to understand and awareness of diverse traditions can lead to improve inclusion and equity within the people. So I think if we learn about the new language in New Zealand, we can easily survive. Either in the present, either in the future, we can easily get the job if we already know about the other culture, and if we able to speak another language, we can easily get a job in New Zealand, and it will have to acquire the new skills and knowledge, and it also helpful to teach us how be more accepting and tolerant of others. So, contact with culture also refer to phases between culture groups. It would be positive and negative. It has positive impacts like it increases the understanding and tolerance. We can exchange our culture with the people. We also become more innovative and creative. There are also has a negative aspects like sometimes we create the discrimination among the people. As a result, the conflicts occur and cultural dominance also included in it. So I learned from this. I think contact with culture is very important because New Zealand is a multicultural country and there are a lot of communities living there, like some Indian communities, Chinese communities, Philippines community also. So it will help to learn about the culture diversity and learn about the educational system of particular country. It will help to avoid the misunderstanding. As a result, we can make a strong relationship with the diverse culture of people, and if we contact with culture like different kind of culture, we can easily develop the empathy and compassion for people from the different backgrounds. So my another slide is immigration and acculturation. Immigration is, as you know, like it is a process of moving to another country, and acculturation you have to adjust a new culture. We have to pick up new languages, adjust to different traditions. For me it is very honest. It is very difficult to me to adapt New Zealand culture because I am in my when I was in India, I was working in a hotel. So I work with my colleagues. Whenever I supposed to make some kind of decision related to my front office area, we always used to make decisions in a group, not in an individual level. So here it is totally opposite. I have to make my decision by my own. So yes, it might be difficult and frustrating to adopt the another culture. So I think I have to appreciate and respecting our culture, my own culture. Rather than I'm in New Zealand, I still appreciate and respect my culture because I can't forget my culture. So cultural awareness and understanding is very important when we are in New Zealand because there are numerous of cultural people. So I have to acceptance of multiculturalism because New Zealand is a multicultural country. So it inspires the creativity and innovation and learn to be more self-sufficient and profitable in future. My third slide is about culture within culture. Culture within culture is like an existence of multiple culture within a larger culture including immigration, migrant and globalization. And culture within culture also subculture which is a self-organized. Well, I would like to I would like to share one example like culture within culture. I am from Indian community or in New Zealand there are a lot of diverse culture of communities. Yes, there are the Indian communities in New Zealand. There are the Chinese community, Fijian community. They have their own perception. They have their own values. They have their own traditions. Yes, so I think. we have to learn about the cultural languages and how do they communicate with each other, the communication style, which is very important. So but still I have to maintain our identity in local country by by festival and events. As you know, in New Zealand, in Diwali is very famous and celebrate on the large scale. I think in Diwali festival, more than 10,000 people get together on the weekends to enjoy this festival. So yes, with the help of festival, I can also maintain our identity. Cultural awareness is also very important because it help to develop the critical thinking skills and helpful to adapt to change and overcome barriers. And my last slide would be on identity and subgroups. Identity and subgroups are also very important because it includes the culture, the region, values and norms, and within the identity there are also subgroups. There are smaller groups that have similar characteristics or interests. So I think it is very important. We have to maintain our identity. Either we are staying in New Zealand. It is very important because our identity is thing which we cannot forget in the life, because that is evergreen. So that's why I think. I have to be open to learning about the identities of other. Like if we, there are a lot of things, there are a lot of festival and events host in New Zealand. There are not a restriction that we are not allowed to attend them. If we are allowed to their festival, their events, we can easily get the information which would be helpful in future. And yes, it include like a share our culture and traditions with the wider community and appreciate each other culture in New Zealand. Yes, if we appreciate each other's culture, we can easily make the good strong bond with each other, and as a result misunderstanding and conflicts will not create, and maybe it reduce on some constant. So last section it will be about my life friend. So that's all. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. I really have one question only.
Okay.
Priyanka. If you look at your contact with different cultures, can we go back to that? Oh, you already closed that.
No, just wait.
Okay. I don't know what slide is that.
Contact with cultures.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
that's it. Now you mentioned there, your reflection here is about learn about education system particular country.
Yes.
Why did you say that? How can you put some explanation on that?
Yes, because I already told you when I came to New Zealand for the very first time, I was very unfamiliar with the teaching methodology of the environment of the class is totally different for me as compared to Indian education. So that's why I think if we because on that time I honestly I saw that some people eating some stuff, some using cell phones in classroom. So these things are not happens in my country. So that's why I mentioned over there. We also have to learn about the educational system of the particular country, that how they. How the teacher teach to students, how they helpful for them. So these things included me.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you,
Priyanka.
ma'am.